helps you. It also helps you redirect, because you get to, if you really take time out and look at it for what it really was, then you understand that, oh man, wait, if I had not have done it that way, so now I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go back and I'm going to readdress it in a different way, and I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to seek out someone that has experience in this particular area, and then I'm going to come back. And here's the other thing. Okay, mentors, and having mentors and coaches, they help you with your direction. And I believe we have a call. Is this hi? Who's calling, please?
Hey, this is Dr. Wright. I'm just on hold.
Oh, hi, Dr. Wright. We are just working out all of the beginning, the preliminaries on setting up the show for you. And do we have our other caller? Did he come in?
Hello, Dr. Wright. How are you today?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for being on our show. This is wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. Wright. So we're going to just do a little switch up for a minute. Since Dr. Wright's on the call, we're going to introduce her. Dr. Wright is an expert in crowdfunding. So as we know, all our businesses need an infusion of cash. And so she's going to help us work out what that really looks like. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Dr. Wright is an award-winning entertainment industry veteran who delivers in the areas of television, film production, marketing, corporate branding, business development, project management, international business. The Right Place TV show is the 14th season. Is in its 14th season with over 345 shows on air. Currently, the Right Place TV show is seen on Dish and on demand network to 60 million homes nationwide. And Dr. Wright is an international speaker and business creator who is the pioneer for exceptional 21st century business opportunities. And so she also is a crowdfunding specialist, which she's going to talk to us about today. And I guess you got a lot of stuff going on, huh? And before a lot of stuff, so we want to get into that. And then our other caller, he's Skyping in as well. So we're going to bring him in, and his name is Dwayne Ellis, and he is the founder and managing partner of the Wealth Syndicate, and he's coming out of Silver Springs, Maryland. And Dwayne is a 15-year financial services veteran and has represented individuals, professionals, and business owners. Okay, Dwayne, are you here? Hello?
Hello, Dwayne. Are you on the line? Okay, well, we'll wait until you get patched in.
So, and Dwayne, on business owners on their banking and financial planning needs, Dwayne has become a trusted advisor and built a solid foundation of clients through his financial advisory services. Let's see what he's done. He has managed over $50 million in accounts over his career, and his areas of expertise is financial planning, investments, retirement planning, and advisory services. And he specializes in applying his expertise and market knowledge to individuals and businesses that consistently exceed the investment goals of their clients. So that's Dwayne. Those are our two guests today. So we're gonna start with Dr. Wright. So Dr. Wright, tell us a little bit about yourself, other than what I read about, and also we're going to talk about crowdfunding and how do we use that and get the most out of it, I guess.
Well, I love crowdfunding because it changes so much. It has changed so much over the last 5 years, and it's because it's growing through people. It's backed by people. And so the changes that are being made are very, very helpful in terms of flattening the playing field for
Dr. Wright, sorry to interrupt you, but before you move forward, can you tell us the definition of crowdfunding? What is crowdfunding?
Oh, very good. That is exactly where I should start. So crowdfunding is using a website to share your project to as many people as possible to get it funded. So with crowdfunding, we're talking about money. So we're not talking about in-kind donations or anything like that. Now, there are actually 7 different kinds of crowdfunding. So let me take a moment to distinguish this, which will dispel a lot of the confusion that people have about crowdfunding, because you hear all these different rules, and it seems like this is legal, but that's not legal, but how is he doing this? And, it's just very, very confusing. So the most popular in the common, to the common person, to the average person, is called reward-based crowdfunding. Mm-hmm. That is your Indiegogo, that is your Kickstarter, that is your GoFundMe. Mm-hmm. You give someone some money, and they're going to give you something. They're going to give you their book or their T-shirt or their purse or their whatever it is they're making.
Right.
And it sort of works like a pre-sale.
Okay.
In some cases, as a donation. There's charity crowdfunding where you're giving to a donation. You get the write-off. Americans get the write-off. Canadians don't. Other countries, I don't know. But you are definitely, you're giving to the Red Cross, or you're giving to some real nonprofit. So that's charity crowdfunding. Then we have what we call equity crowdfunding. That's where you can sell shares of your company. And you can raise up to $1 million every single year by offering shares of your company. You do have to file a lot of paperwork, but it's not the same as the paperwork it would take you to go public and put your shares on the stock exchange. So you can raise money that way. It's very, very big in real estate. Mm-hmm. And that's where all of the really, really big money is. There's what we call subscription-based crowdfunding. Okay. And that works a lot like the old-time pledge-a-thons. So remember back in the day when we were little and we watched TV, and they would be raising money for something, maybe be Jerry Lewis, and he'd be turning over the numbers, and people would pledge to pay every month a certain amount of money. Right. That's what subscription or royalty-based crowdfunding is like. So you would say, I'm going to give you $25 a month for the next year. And so that works very, very well in entertainment. And YouTube even has a form of it called fan funding.
Can that work? Can that work in business, Dr. Wright? Can the subscription base work in business?
It depends on the business. It depends on the business. If the business model can fit, see, your business model has to fit one of these in order for the crowdfunding to work with you, and you have nailed it on the head. That's exactly the challenge that people are having when they're failing. They're trying to fit the wrong business model to their particular project. So subscription-based crowdfunding can work. It works very well in the entertainment area because there's always new content coming out, and they'll always have some more stuff for you. So we have subscription-based crowdfunding. Then we also have a type of crowdfunding called SAFE, where people can be investors and yet not be shareholders. So that's brand new. That just kind of came out.
What is it called, Dr. Wright?
It's called SAFE, S-A-F-E. And I'm just going to go over it briefly here. So please, no one on this, show think that I gave you the in-depth anything. I'm giving you the top crust because, we have limited time. I can't take up all of your time. So SAFE, you can be an investor and yet not a shareholder. You would have a convertible note that would convert, at some time later with some terms and all this. Then there is also what we call crowd granting, where the city of Detroit has partnered with the local people that they could crowdfund to fix the street or school or something. And they would partner it with a grant that's already been written for. And if the people raise half the money, they'll go ahead and fund the rest.
Oh, is that new as well?
That is brand new.
Wow.
Brand spanking new. And the state of Massachusetts, just in the last few months, the entire state has that program going. So, you can do that there. And those are the only 2 places that I know of at this time that have that set in place. There are other cities and, people talking about it, but it's not quite happening yet.
Now, Dr. Wright, are these different methods of crowdfunding on your website also?
They're not different. No, I don't offer crowdfunding a website. I don't have a private website where people can crowdfund. My job when I work with people is consulting and setting up their programs. They can use any website they want, but I don't personally run a crowdfunding website.
Oh, okay.
So there are special crowdfunding websites for each of these types. So if you wanted to do subscription, TubeStarter is a great site to use. If you want to use the equity sites, you must do it on the equity sites. You can't sell shares of your company on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or GoFundMe. They're not set up for that.
Okay.
So each of these different types of crowdfunding must use different types of sites. So now you can see why people are so confused. I'm never surprised that people are confused. There's so much out there that's hard to take all that in when all the experts ever say is crowdfunding. We never distinguish what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
What was the seventh one? The seventh?
Let's see. We did crowd granting, charity crowdfunding, reward-based crowdfunding. We did crowd equity. We did subscription-based and safe.
Okay, there's one that I'm missing. I've got reward-based, charity, equity, subscription, and safe crowdfunding. Which one did I miss?
Safe, equity. Let me see. Maybe I misspoke. Safe, equity. I'm writing them down too. Safe, equity, subscription or royalty, reward-based. Charity is in a separate category because you need to do it differently than you've done the others. Let's see. I guess that's it.
Okay.
So early, I know I have another business that I have a business partner that we were launching a crowdfund for this entity to launch a business that we're going that's going to launch shortly, but so we did it with Rocket Fund or somebody of that nature.
Rocket Hub. Rocket Hub.
Yeah, it was Rocket Hub. And one of the things I recognized was that it requires a lot of marketing, or at least very strategic marketing and social media, your traditional and your more social, your online marketing, just getting that word out. I've even heard of crowdfunds that use public relation. Hey, Don, how are you? That use public relation specialists to help them really drive it so that they could get the publicity they need, especially nonprofits that use it in that manner.
You hit it on the head. That's exactly it. A lot of people don't realize that you have to market it. You have to have a budget for that. And people come to me and say, hey, I'm trying to raise $500,000. I say, great. What is your budget for us to get the word out there using all of the techniques that you just talked about? And sometimes they'll say, I don't have a budget at all. And I'm saying, wow. You've got it, PR costs money, the advertising costs money. It costs money to get you in front of the people who will give you money, and that is part of crowdfunding. It's the crowd. You've got to get in front of the crowd. So when you say you need all of that, that is exactly right. That is exactly right.
Right.
Okay.
You guys have a clear understanding of what crowdfunding is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I thought, when I first read about it, and I think I read about it in Forbes, and I'm a follower of Fast Company and also Inc. magazine, and they were really pushing it. And this was even before the equity fund. I was waiting for that to come up, waiting for that to be approved, which I think was earlier this year, right? That Obama passed that.
Yes.
So that was, I thought, a great way, because startups have a hard time finding monies for their businesses. Not, your SBAs and other entities and banks. They really truly want you to have some traction before they invest in you. They want to make sure that they're going to get their money back, how they're going to get their money back. So I thought that crowdfunding was a great way for that to happen. And so I did a lot of research on it, and I know it has evolved over the last 3 or 4 years, but I think you do workshops, don't you?
I do. I do workshops online and offline. I teach for the Los Angeles Small Business Administration about once a quarter. I teach for the Las Vegas Small Business Administration Office once a quarter. I'm teaching for free on Periscope every single day.
Oh, okay.
And I do, I do a lot of online teaching so that people can understand it. Because that's the other thing. People have to be ready for the opportunity. A lot of people are going up and they'll say, yeah, I need $500,000. I need this investor. I said, great. Where's your business plan? Oh, well, I don't have my, the things are not in place for you to receive that money. And so that's a big challenge, too. Even with crowdfunding, to a certain extent, certain things have to be in